Okay, for creating the custom audiences that are going to be performing best for us initially and the ones we want to test with, you're going to go ahead and go to your audiences, and you do that by going to the top left, all tools, and then selecting audiences. Once you do that, you should arrive to a page like this. You might already have some audiences filled in, but that's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and hit create a custom audience, website traffic, and then we're going to do 30 days for all website visitors, and we'll select page view. So we'll then type in page views, and then we'll do 30D for 30 days. And then we'll just hit create audience, and make sure you have your correct pixel selected as well. And then to continue, you'll just create another one, and you'll then select, your next one, which is either lead, or it might be schedule, or it might be add to cart, whichever one is next for you. And then you're going to, title it, put in parentheses, 30 days, and then create. And the reason we're choosing 30 days is because that's, the most relevant audience in terms of like, they were the most recent visitors. They're likely to remember you. And, for retargeting purposes, if they're in within 30 days, they're more than likely going to come back to your site. And so you'll end up creating all those custom audiences throughout the rest of this. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and create a lookalike audience over the custom audiences we just created. A lookalike audience is simply going to Facebook's gonna go find people who look identical to the people who are in our custom audience. So these are people who've actually visited your website. Now we want people who are most similar to the people who visited your website, to people who have, become a lead, to people who have added to cart, to people who have purchased, because we're gonna test each of these audiences individually in an ad set, so that way we can identify which audience set is gonna perform best, so that way we can end up scaling it out. So in order to create a lookalike, you'll simply press create audience, lookalike audience, and then you're going to select your data source, and in this case it's going to be your pixel. And then you'll hit other sources, and you'll just type in your custom audience, which is going to be, in our case, page views 30 day. And you could switch to value based if you have a product. So like if you're actually tracking purchases, whenever you do your custom purchase 30-day audience, I recommend you switch to value-based. Essentially what that means is it's going to use all of the analytics it has on people who've purchased and the actual value of the purchase they've made. So if they made multiple purchases, the lookalike audience will actually be further defined, and it'll be a lot more accurate, more valuable customers. See right here. And then the audience location, in my case, will just be United States, but in yours, whichever country you're in, you'll end up doing that one, or whichever countries you're selling in. We also are doing Canada, Australia, so I could add those, but I'm just gonna leave it for United States. And I'll also build another one for Canada, but it'll be separate. I don't wanna combine them because I wanna keep them separate so I can identify where the results are coming from. And we wanna do 1% because this is 1% of people who most closely look like the current people who visited our site. And we'll go ahead and hit create audience. And now we have a lookalike of US 1% of the population who most closely resemble or page views of the people who last visited our site over 30 days. And it'll populate, and as soon as it's done populating, you'll be able to create your individual ad sets and upload these audiences into each of them. So what you'll go ahead and do is you'll continue creating your lookalikes for the rest of your custom audiences, and that'll be it.